All right, now I'm excited to share our next piece. My first experience ever living in Israel was in a kibbutz, actually the one that you're about to see. A kibbutz is a special collective community that's unique only to Israel. Kibbutzim have actually been around since 1909 and are known for pioneering the state, but I don't want to give away too much. So here's the real breakdown of what it's like to live in a modern-day socialist community. There are some who claim that a real utopia exists, and it's located right here in Israel. It's called a kibbutz. This is Kibbutz Ramat Yochanan, one of 275 collective communities throughout Israel. In other words, members share ownership of everything.
My house is his house, your car is my car, and your wife is
my wife.
They sustain a socialist lifestyle, which means that everybody makes the same amount of money no matter what they do for a living. But money is no object because these communities promise that you'll have everything that you could possibly desire. So how does it work?
In Kibbutz Ramat Yochanan, we have about 480 members.
We all make around 5,000 shekels a month, whether we're doctors, farmers, teachers, whatever.
Well, that and about another 1,000 for each kid a family may have. That may not sound like much, but almost everything you need is covered by the kibbutz.
We don't pay rent for our houses. We don't pay any bills. We don't have municipality taxes. Anytime we have a problem with our house, any kind of repair we need, the kibbutz takes care of it.
Our health care is completely covered by the kibbutz, including a dentist, and if needed, a psychologist.
We don't need to pay for nursery or preschool because the kibbutz has it for free from 3 months and up.
We're now turned 17. I'll get my own apartment, totally covered by the kibbutz. Cool, right?
And if I want to go to college, my parents don't have to worry about it.
I know what you're thinking. He's probably going to need a ride.
That's not a problem. Here we have about 100 cars, and we can take which car we want, and we can drive wherever we want, and we don't even have to pay for the gas.
But what about food?
We have a kibbutz dining hall that serves breakfast and lunch every day.
And we even have dinners on Fridays.
Plus the leftovers go to charities.
It's like one big family meal, all the time.
For an average of 3 to 6 shekels a meal, the selection is pretty incredible. I mean, it's a buffet, so believe me, it tastes better than it looks. And don't forget, basically your entire backyard is a living, breathing feast. Want to go to the gym, the pool, play tennis, need a haircut or a facial? Want a daily professional laundry service? The kibbutz has all of that, and it's all for free. If you're a member, of course. So how do I sign up? Not even the kids of members are actually true members until they decide. They have until the age of 30 to explore the outside world, and then if they want to come back, they have to be approved. But if you're an outsider, well, you better get married to one of those children. But even then, you'll still have to live on the kibbutz for at least a year before the kibbutz decides if they like you enough. And there are lots of kibbutzim like Ramat Yochanan that are valued at hundreds of millions of shekels. Now, if you're wondering why that matters, it's kind of like having a community that's willing to invest in your passion. For example, if you want to open your own business, the kibbutz will finance it as long as you can prove that it's ultimately going to be profitable. And not all kibbutz members have to work on the kibbutz. In fact, one of the kibbutz's biggest sources of income comes from the salaries of members who work as major executives outside. But don't get me wrong, kibbutzim like Ramat Yochanan have some extremely successful businesses themselves. In fact, kibbutzim as a whole account for 40% of Israel's agricultural output and 9% of the country's industrial turnout. Together, that's worth almost $10 billion. The question is, are you willing to give up your capitalist lifestyle for this type of utopia?
Listen, we don't share Wi-Fi, yeah?
Thought it was
You
so
cannot
cool.
take. No, you cannot take my wife, his wife.
I thought everything is everybody's.
Almost everything.
Okay.
Now, this is just a very brief and surface level look into what a kibbutz is all about. We could literally make an entire episode about these communities, but one thing is for certain. If you do travel to Israel, go and check out a beautiful kibbutz like Ramat Yochanan. It certainly changed my life and future.